there you'll see there's a controversy involving voice actors. This particular voice actor called Vic Mignogna on YouTube. You can find it anywhere. There's all kinds of YouTubers covering it. So I don't have to personally talk about too much detail into it. You can actually find what you need. But I'm bringing it up because there's important aspects about this particular event that I know that all the other YouTubers won't cover. Now, this voice actor, Vic Mignogna, he's been voice acting for anime for over 20 years, something ridiculously long. And if you look up voice actors, anime voice actors on Google, you'll see there's only about 40 there. It's a small, small group that do all the voice acting for all the anime. And so this is a very tight group. They've all worked together for 10 plus years. And so it involves, the main issue involves Vic Mignogna and Monica Rial and Jamie Marchi. Those are the three of them involved. And Vic Mignogna is basically losing work because they accused him of sexual misconduct allegations. And it turns out that his sexual misconduct is really just hugging girls who want to take pictures of him and give him a peck on the cheek. And that is his big crime. And so he's suing these two, or I think she's suing Marchi, like I say. So he's fighting back, and everyone's watching closely to see what happens. Now, what they won't cover is, one, Vic Mignogna, is his real crime is initiating affection to the opposite sex. That's all he's doing. If he's allowed to receive affection from the opposite sex, these girls can walk up and give him a hug and peck on the cheek if they like it, but he can't do the same. And he is not a low status man in that area. People go there knowing who he is. He's a famous guy. So right off the bat, it's no longer like, if you listen to my videos, I'll use the term low status, like guys at the lower end all the time. But in this case, it's the high status men that are also included. So it's just men now that aren't being allowed to behave like this, like just show affection on their own. And I'm telling you guys, this is very important because men feel the need to show affection to other people. You know, we need contact, and we should be allowed. And we also know it's a double standard because I'm sure if you go to the cons and watch around, you'll see the girls hug and kiss whoever they like. So you know I'm about getting rid of these double standards because they're not right. Now that's one aspect. Now the second aspect about this is that they won't cover is that Monica Rial, who is part of giving these false allegations, and they are false, she has worked with him for 10 to 20 years alongside him doing voice acting and always got along with him, as far as I know. And so this woman who's, been friendly with him and been good to him just up and decided one day that he did something or said something she didn't like, and she's coming down on him with false allegations to harm his career. Now, I need you guys to start hearing what I just said. I mean, all these girls that you think are good friends with you or co-workers and you get along well, there's nothing, as far as right now, to prevent them from just turning on you one day and doing real harm. I mean, there's a reason why societies used to put so many limitations on women's behavior, because you take the limitations off, this is what we're getting. You don't get people who just behave well all the time. They take bad spells And it shows that the average girl just doesn't care about the average guy. She doesn't see him she doesn't see it as a crime to do damage over minor, things, for lack of a better term. So that's the second one. I mean, Monica Rial, how are you going to make an excuse for her? Did she go to college in the last year and got brainwashed, by the feminists? No. I mean, this is how women behave and how they see us, gentlemen. And I think this has to be pounded in. They're not in love with us. At any time, they could just turn on you and say, well, this guy's beneath me, so I should be able to just do him harm. Now, the third aspect I want to talk about is guys watching this court case where Vic Mignogna is fighting back and suing them. These guys are hoping that that'll be part of correcting something, and it won't be entirely, if there's any correction at all, because the court case won't address the gender issues, gender dynamics involved. They'll see it as one individual wronging another individual. They won't set a precedent in any way, any sexual way. We'll say, oh, we've recognized that there is a gender issue here that has to be addressed in the courts. So it won't really change the problem. Guys have to work together and start talking about this openly, publicly, in order to get change. They have to work together. And all you young guys who go to cons, you should be starting to work together and coming to these cons en masse and discussing with the people who work it and say, this is what we don't want to see. That's proper activism that harms no one, And talking to some of the guys in the pro-male community, one pointed out to me, they say, there should be an all-male anime con, just for the guys, if their own private space. And I have to agree with that. Does that mean that I think that we shouldn't fight the double standards? No, we should be fighting the double standards, but both should exist. There should be an option for young men who say, I don't want to deal with the drama of the opposite sex when I just want to go and purchase the stuff that I love. And I agree with that. There should be both. In a mixed con of mixed genders, there should be a tear down of these double standards. And there should also be an all-male space where guys can enjoy themselves. Everyone knows that anime is sexually charged, that it runs the gamut of cutesy, shows that you could show children, all the way up to guys with sexual fetishes. And that's the way it should be. There should be this gamut, and guys should be able to go and buy whatever they like, because guess what? The girls go to these cons and they buy whatever they like. And that's another double standard. But we know that the girls don't need an all-female space like the guys do. The guys leave the girls alone. They don't harm them, and if they start giving some false allegations, which seems that guys never do, but if they ever do, people examine what's truly going on, and it never harms the girls. They just say, sorry, you're full of shit, so we're not believing you. But the guys need it, and I agree with that. You can disagree with me if you like, and talk to in the comment section if you like, but I think both should exist. Destruction of double standards, and actually a third thing, actual punishment for bad female behavior like this. And of course, third, all male spaces. So that's what I have to say about that. Thank you.